it's Joanne again from Bulbale with the Welcome Home podcast. We are at the end of season 1. How exciting and what a blast and a journey it's been. I've saved a little treasure for our last one. I've got a lovely little lady here with me today. I want to introduce you all to. A lot of you will already know her. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Hello, Shannon.
My name's Shannon and I'm from All Things Sen and I'm an independent SEND advocate and I'm trained and accredited to stand and represent parents in anything from a formal meeting all the way up to the first and upper tribunal, supporting all families with everything SEND.
So let me just break that down for people who are not like in this arena. SEND, go on. Yeah. What they stand for? So it's special
educational needs disabilities. And we support children from 0 all the way up to 25, which are young people. We support with education, EHCPs, securing the right provision. And sometimes that can't be done unless you go to tribunal, which isn't nice for any family.
I think a lot of families stop at that hurdle, don't they? It's like, well, we know we can't meet your needs and that's that. Whereas I think what your work is really and vitally important, isn't it? That you take that a step further and help the families.
Definitely. And it's more so, my aim always is that when we take on a client, whatever that circumstance and situation is, that by the end of it, that parent feels confident and strong enough to challenge the system without any support from us. So just as much as we do the work, it's about training and supporting the family and the parents to be able to find that voice and understand that, you have got a say and don't be scared to use your voice and don't be scared to challenge, because at the end of the day, this is your child and people make decisions every day about somebody else's child and it's important that, the parent has their say. And that, unfortunately, is missed quite a lot.
Where did this come from, then?
Mason. So I had Mason, who was my youngest little boy. Well, he's my eldest little boy. But he's now 9. He'll be 10 in February. He was born premature. And that's because I can't physically carry children full term.
Oh, right, okay.
So both my boys was prem. But Mason was born with complex medical needs. So he has chronic lung disease, metabolic bone disease. He spent a large amount of time in special care, and I kind of knew I was never going to leave that journey with everything was going to be fine. Mason was going to live this full potential life and everything was going to work. I knew that was never going to happen. I knew that something would come from all the pain and upset and everything Mason had gone through. So when he was around 18 months, he stopped eating. And he didn't eat at all, and Mason would go days upon days without food. I'd take myself for a day trip to the hospital to get him admitted, and they'd just say he'll eat when he's hungry, and that never worked. I actually rang social services on myself and put myself on a voluntary child in need plan to safeguard him. And I walked into a CIM meeting with 13 professionals and said, you know what, you're going to take the last bit of dignity I've got and I'm begging you now, if you don't help my son, I'm going to wake up one day and he'll no longer be here.
So how long had he gone without food at that point?
So at the time he was on Pediasure peptide milk, which he'd drink orally through the dietitian, but sometimes Mason wouldn't even have that. So he'd been in and out of hospital, we'd been admitted for investigation, and at the point this specific hospital couldn't do anything more for Mason, so I asked for a transfer of care to Alder Hay. Right, and in all fairness, they've done amazing. Mason, he still has the tube fitted because he had to have a tube because he wouldn't eat. He still has the tube, but he does eat orally. And he's come on in leaps and bounds and he's amazing. But that's what set it off, that I had to learn the system and understand the system to be able to pull the professionals around Mason to say...
So it's not just something you've studied and... learned about this. You've lived it, haven't you? It's actually a lived experience.
Yeah, every day. And it was hard. And I was 20 at the time.
Wow.
20 and a 40. And I won. And I did that alone. With support from my family.
Yeah.
But nobody could understand what I was going through. Nobody could understand what it was like. Everyone would say to me, it's fine. The professionals know. And Mason will get specialist school and... Nobody understood that if he didn't get specialist school, I'd have to fight it in court.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to come and give it him. So to be able to pull them professionals on what they was doing wrong, I had to learn their job. And that's exactly what I did. So for 2 years I did it unpaid, getting experience and become a safeguarding governor. went after he accredited, and then set up All Things Sen and built a team from it.
Wow. So how many people are in your team?
Got a team of 4 now.
Wow,
So
that's
I have
good.
myself, I have my assistant manager Catherine, and then I have 2 admin staff.
Brilliant,
Be lost
isn't
without
it?
Catherine. She's amazing. She's my right-hand woman, which I'm sure you've got one, John.
Yeah, I've got a few of them.
Have
yeah.
you?
Well, mine's my daughter mainly. She does most of the stuff at the home.
Does she?
The day-to-day managing
Yeah.
and things, yeah. But
That's
you
good.
need a good team underneath
You do,
don't
you do,
Holding you
especially
up and-
when it's demanding, which I'm sure you're in demand a lot.
Yeah.
Because I see it all over social media. But
There's
it
never a
is.
switch off.
There's not. And it's when, and I'm sure you'll agree, at 10 o'clock at night and you've got that family member messaging on Facebook and they're at crisis point, you can't just ignore
No,
them.
you can't.
You know, you've got to step in, because if you don't step in, you know yourself, no one else is going to step in for you. And that's the saddest part.
So how is Mason now?
He's great. He's brilliant. So he attends specialist school. He loves, well, he doesn't love school. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not even.
Not
it is
many
a lie.
kids
No.
love school.
He
do
used
they?
to love school, but at the minute he's having a little bit of a moment. I hope he will return to loving school. But he's brilliant. He's just been diagnosed with another diagnosis called EOA. I'm trying to get round that. I don't know much about that, so I wouldn't
Go on, you'll
like
have
to
to tell me.
comment. So I can't even say the word of it, Joanne. It's that long.
Right, okay. What does it entail then?
It causes narrowing of the esophagus.
Right, okay.
So we're trying to manage that and
So
understand
possibly
that.
an actual physical cause for the troubles that he's had. Oh.
And it's a shame, really. But he, you know, every day he gets up laughing, smiling, living his best life, and he's car mad, car crazy.
Oh.
Honestly.
So then you've got another son.
I've got Graham, who is my youngest. Graham is 8 years of age. He attends mainstream school. He does have Sen. Graham isn't aware of it, though I haven't had that conversation with Graham and said, you know, we're going on pathway and we're doing this, because I don't want Graham to know about it just yet until I know. Just because Graham's a very different child. He's very mindful of what other people think and say, and he's a very much people pleaser.
That's the world we live in now as well, isn't it?
And it's sad. So we try and, you know, keep everything the same for Graham and don't let him know that, you know, we're seeing these people and we're doing these things. But he loves life. He does not care, that child. He's my child. You can guarantee if you don't want it saying, my Graham's going to say it for you. And he'll grass you up for anything. If you've said something you don't want anyone to hear, he's grassing you up and he's not bothered at all. And he'll take great pleasure in it, John. Great pleasure.
Oh, bless him.
But yeah, they're both my pride and joy.
So, leading up to that then, so you were 20 when you started all that off. So I was talked when I said you were going to be a guest on my show, there's quite a few people looking forward to seeing you on the show. But one of the ladies I was talking to, she's a massive supporter of ours actually, Gemma, sent me a picture of you from years ago. She was like, Shannon will hate this picture, but I want to share it with you.
Okay.
What were you doing at that point? Because I think, weren't you doing something like charity, community-based at that point?
So I am still a trustee for the charity. So it's called the Eva Marie Foundation.
The what, sorry?
Eva Marie Foundation.
Right, okay.
So that's a charity that's specifically around parents who've lost a child at birth.
Okay.
My previous manager, Dan, and I'll forever love Dan, he gave me a chance when no other company would, and Mason's needs were complex and I couldn't work and I just needed something for myself. And Dan gave me that, and we did Christmas visits for Sen children and children who couldn't go and visit Santa in the grotto.
Oh, wow, lovely.
So me and Dan did that all over Christmas one year, and it made me have big, massive red cheeks.
There is a gorgeous picture of you.
Yeah, and because I'm
We'll see it
short,
on the
I proper look like, you know, an elf. But it's actually work job, because that picture, my kids think I work for Santa. So on a night, they think I go to the North Pole and help create the sort. Listen, brilliant. Never mind, you naughty elf.
You'll tell him firsthand.
I'll tell
it won't
him.
I'll get him on the phone. I'll tell Santa.
Yeah, and the kids go around telling everyone, my mum's an elf. My mum's an elf. And they're like, yeah, I'm an elf. But it works. It's brilliant. It's fab. But yeah, I can't believe Gemma's going to have words tonight. I'm going to have words. Gemma, you've had it. Yeah.
I think it's a gorgeous picture, Gemma.
Yeah, you would, Joe. You definitely would. No, not for me. But yeah,
Gemma's fab though, so she does meets and treats, doesn't she?
She does.
Every so often she'll come down and say, I've got an extra Costco cake from this buffet. Do your guys, the members want to eat it? And she'll bring it off for us. And
fab.
She's donated Christmas dinners and
Yeah.
different things for raffles. She's fab.
She is brilliant,
lovely.
and she's always, if I ever need anything, she's there. She's brilliant. I do love Gemma. She does, and she's always telling me about you and how amazing you are. But yeah, she's one of your biggest supporters. I will give her that.
100%. Yeah,
she definitely is.
She's fab. So I'm trying to think now, because when I did say that you were coming on, different people were like, "Oh, you do know Shannon. Everyone knows Shannon." And I have actually never met you before, have I?
No.
Even though we both both live in Pye, you know my children, don't you? And different relatives.
And we've never met.
But I've never met you.
No. Well, we have today now though, so it's the
first time. But I think we can probably put our heads together and do some work together.
We definitely could. We definitely could, and I think we've discussed that already, Jo. And I think
we had a little quick conversation at the start, didn't we? When we were trying to make conversation.
And I think it'll be good. I do think it'll be good to take off.
There'll be some exciting things coming up. Yeah. Watch this space, people.
Definitely, and especially because I don't like to work with other companies that their initiative and their outreach doesn't really align with what mine does. And I feel like, Bold does do that. Bold does align with what All Things Sen does. You do direct payments, you do everything around that, and it's a really good thing. And I'm in awe of what you do, John, and the support you give out, because without that, I do education, and after education you kind of left.
Yeah, a lot of old parents really struggle.
You left, and no one's coming to support you.
Yeah,
and you've stepped in, and you've done that for a lot of families. And you should be really, really proud of yourself and Bold.
We are. We're very
everything
proud
you've
of what we do.
achieved.
Thank you, Shannon.
You deserve the world and more.
So obviously, a lot of the work you do. I mean, we're 16 plus.
Yeah.
All our members are 16 plus. You deal with a lot younger, as you said, like from birth, helping with different tribunals and things. What sort of things are you working on?
So at the minute we are doing EHCP. So mostly we are currently in tribunal. We do take on, so we offer outreach to schools free of charge, and we don't charge for that. And that's where we will go into the setting and support the SEN team on how to read EHCPs. If they've received a draft EHCP, it'll have words like access to, benefit from, opportunity to. That does not make it legally binding. In fact, it makes it very, very wishy-washy.
Yeah, it's very grey, isn't it?
Yeah, and that leaves a lot of open space for a lot of professionals to get away with blue murder, or the local authority to get away with not funding.
Yeah.
So we try to support schools by getting the EHCP where it needs to be, so then they can secure the correct funding, and they also know how to support that child, because it's right what you say, you could have an EHCP, but it might not be worth the paper it's written on if it's not to a standard it needs to be. That's mainly what we're working on for the minute.
I think a lot of the time they probably just say, oh, this is it. Then, we've got the student, we've got a little bit of extra funding for this EHCP. Right, let's just put that at the back. And then they're so busy, like all of us are. They've not got enough people to deliver that to its, So do you sort of go in then and...
Yeah, so we will always offer. Not a lot of schools want to take that.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of schools do not want an advocate in the building because they're kind of... Some schools see it as, well, why is this person coming in, and what they're going to do, and many times we can.
So do they see you as like they see a Ofsted inspector or
they try to push us back. So I think sometimes they feel that this individual's going to come in and scrutinise everything we've done. And I always say there's nothing more that I want than to build collective working relationships with any school, any local authority I work with. But if you become a barrier to that family and that child, then unfortunately that barrier can't stay. Yeah. And the barrier has to be removed. And whether that's through, a complaint, whether that's going to your seniors, whichever way that will be, that barrier will be removed, because I need to make sure that family's supported more than anything.
So they should fear you.
Yeah. There's a lot. Do you know what? I wouldn't like to say that they fear me. No, definitely not. But it's nice that professionals do recognise my business and know that.
But it's very bespoke, isn't it? There's not. You're not going to find many people out there that can come in and get to the point.
I didn't want to touch on this, but I will touch on it while it's you, Jo. So nobody knows about this, by the way. So me and Catherine have been doing a lot of work with MPs, and we're trying to go to Parliament. But at the minute, the problem we have is advocates are not governed by a body. So that means that when parents are seeking representation and they're going to advocates to say, well, what can you offer, what can you do? With advocates who aren't governed by a body, that means that parents are taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of advocates within the community who will exploit parents.
Yeah.
So we're trying to safeguard parents at the minute to stop that from happening. We had one client come to us who they had a draft EHCP, it had been checked by an advocate, and in fact it hadn't. That advocate had used AI to do that, so that family now is actually in tribunal because an advocate hadn't done their job properly and they'd paid for that support. And it's so sad. So sad. So for me, it's trying to protect...
It's regulating it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's regulating it, protecting parents and making sure that, you know, whatever professionals around that child, they should make sure every decision is made in the best interest of the child. And if it's not, then you shouldn't be anywhere near the case.
Give us some, like, little examples of, like, recent... I do see things pop up on Facebook and things of, you know, such a body's got his place in school today, and so, that's all lovely and stuff. So go on, give us some...
I'll tell you about Keane, because I can say his name, and he's an amazing little boy. Is
that the most recent one?
Yes,
yeah,
Keane got into Lakeside, and he's the most loving little boy in the world. He loves history. He's the kindest, sweetest little gentleman. And the local authority wanted mainstream, and it wasn't going to be suitable, and parents knew that. So we fought for specialist provision, and he's just recently got in, and he started his first day yesterday. So he rang me when he finished school to tell me how his day went and how amazing it was.
That's lovely. How
and
cute.
I said I was on this podcast, and he was like, I said, I'll mention your name, Keane. And he was like, I'm going to be famous. And I've just put his picture.
She kept your promise, Keane.
I did, Keane. See, I told you I would. And yeah, he's going to be on my website. So Keane holds a very special place in my heart, and he always will, because he was the first child that actually stood in his own tribunal and gave evidence to his own case.
How old is Keane?
Keane's 11.
Wow.
Yeah, Keane's 11.
Well done, Keane.
He's amazing. He's the most amazing little boy, and he smashed it. He sat in front of that judge and told him how he felt and made sure his voice was heard, and I'll forever be proud of him for that. Yeah, and it's a shame some children obviously are younger and aren't able to do that, and that it's just one of them. But the children who are able to do that, we do try and say, if you want to have your voice heard, we wouldn't love nothing more than you to be involved in your tribunal. But yeah, I think we've secured 42 provisions this year for children, all in all.
Wow, we just wouldn't think there'd be that many, would you, too?
No.
So are you just local, or do you go all across?
So we go across England. So my closest...
I was saying Merseyside.
No, so my closest is St Helens.
Right, okay.
My furthest has been Isle of Wight, which is really far away, yeah. And we cover all England, distance.
So there's a lot of it sort of virtual work and on Teams and things rather than... Right,
yeah,
okay.
so I'd probably say about 5% of my clients actually are St Helens. Everyone else isn't within the Northwest. They're further and further afield.
But doesn't that just show you what the need is? That that there's a definite gap there in provision and...
Well, you know, we have Sendias, well, in our local, in St Helens, it's IAS now.
Yeah, that used to be partnership, didn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that from years ago.
So we have IAS, Sendias, Embrace. Depends on your local authority, depends on which advocacy service you've got. Now, they're all stretched and they're all turning families away. Oh. So then they genuinely are left with no support, because normally they would use them. So then they've got an option of, well, we either sit here on our own or we pay, and some parents can't pay, and nor should they pay, because I will be the first to say my job should not be a job, and the first one to say it should not be a job.
So what happens to the ones who can't afford to pay?
So we currently offer 3 packages where we don't charge families, so families that are in crisis points who are struggling, we will take their cases on free of charge, and we won't charge. How
do you manage that, though? Because that in itself is...
So I'm very fortunate that I've got Catherine, and me and Catherine don't put that through our timesheets, and we do that in our own time.
So that's like voluntary, isn't it?
Yeah. Because we're both Sen parents and we've both lived it, and we don't want any parent to feel alone, because it's the most darkest, loneliest road you'll ever walk. But unfortunately...
That is probably what sets you aside, though, from...
Yeah, it's horrible. It's awful. My work phone never goes off. It's on 365 days a year. If my clients ring me at 10 o'clock crying, then I'm answering that phone. I'm not saying, sorry, I'll ring you back tomorrow when I'm on. It doesn't work like that. You need to be on hand constantly.
Recently, was it the Pride of St Helens?
I knew you were going to say. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, it's recognition, isn't it? And I'm sure, so did that come from parents putting you forward for that?
I don't actually know.
Oh,
so
do you not?
I know. I'd gone to the shop and I got a phone call off this man. And he was like, is that Shannon Hill? And I was like, yeah, can I ask who's speaking? And he was like, oh, it's Martin from the Pride of St Helens. And I was like, have you got the right number? And he was like, just to let you know, you're a finalist. And I was like, me? And I even said to him on the phone, are you joking? Because I thought I thought somebody's got to be pranking me here. Like, surely not. And yeah, I still didn't believe it. Next day, I thought, no, of course not. That's not me. Somebody's got to be joking. But yeah, I was a finalist, and
so they didn't tell you who nominated you. No. I would imagine it's quite a few people, though. I think
No, I didn't get told who nominated me. I didn't get told anything. Just that I was a finalist, and
that's lovely.
And I'm very thankful and grateful for the opportunity. Yeah, I was shocked, and I still am.
I don't think anyone else was, though. Everyone was like, yeah.
Everyone was dead made up. And I had like not second-hand embarrassment, but I felt like an imposter. Like, because when you looked at the finalist, the winner, he did charity work and he didn't get a payment. He doesn't get paid for his work. So I feel like the rightful winner won. Yeah. Because I do get paid, and I kind of felt.
But then it's not always about the pay, is it? And I think
I know.
You wouldn't have been put forward for it if you weren't doing something that was above the ordinary, would you?
Yeah, and I think I need to learn to accept stuff like that.
I think you do.
But yeah, I don't. I never do. And I've got an amazing team, and I'm nothing without my team, and I'll always throw it back to them. So I did take my team with me too.
I bet you had a ball, didn't you?
I'll be honest with you, I was home and in bed for 10:30 watching I'm a Celeb. Didn't even have a drink.
Did you not?
No, I was trying to get on for I'm a Celeb because.
Do you know you can play it back?
Yeah, and I'm such a sad person, me, Job.
You can put it on the day after, or...
I'm currently stressed because I'm like a week behind on Emmerdale and Coronation Street.
You're not missing much. It's driving me mad.
No, honestly, I'm so sad. Long as I've got my Emmerdale
storylines in both of them at the minute that are like, oh my God, please make this end.
I just wanted to get home. I'm not a social person.
But is that, I find the soaps, like people say, why'd you watch that crap? But the soaps they do, it's something to like just...
relax,
empty your mind, isn't it?
And
just like
distract
switch
you from
off to everything else and focus on something that's not like got your coke going 100 miles an hour.
Definitely. I love my soaps. Live for them. Especially for downtime. So tell me, Jo, I'm going to ask a question now.
Oh, are you now?
I am. I'm going to ask a question. What is Bold doing right now?
Right now, Bold are going into the next because what we want to do is push our provision out to respite. So we've introduced the caravan.
Yeah.
So the caravan's running. We've done a few little weekends up there. They've absolutely loved it. The staff have as well. We're worse than the members. So we've got that running, and then we are going to introduce it at the house. So obviously the house is big enough to do that. So I'm looking into the insurance and all of the other background checks to enhance what we already do.
Yeah.
Last night, which is really exciting news, we had our bus delivered.
Oh.
So someone came forward with a bus in our price range. It's an ex-taxi. Right. So it's got 7 seats plus the driver. We can get a wheelchair in there. It's just fabulous. So we're really grateful for everyone who's donated to the GoFundMe page. Especially, I want to give a special mention to Peter Martlew. Thank you very much, Peter Martlew and family. Martlew's maintenance. So he put like quite a big sum towards the minibus, and he's now offered to have it all signed written for us as well. So that should be done probably the other side of Christmas, probably New Year. But we'll be looking at getting that done and sorted. We've had our Christmas fair. We went singing in the centre, in the church next door. We were all singing our theme song in the church. That was really well. It went really well. We really enjoyed it. So I think 2026 is going to be bigger and better. And obviously we've got more podcasts coming.
Oh yeah,
we've done 6. We've got another 18 to go, and we're rolling with everything.
You're smashing it then, aren't you?
Yeah.
You have done.
But like you just say, you can do so much, can't you? But unless you've got that team underneath you And for us, it's not just that team underneath us, it's the volunteers, it's the supporters, it's all of that extra. And people don't realise that them little things that they do. So, you know, there's certain people who every week they'll have a go with the raffle, they'll have a go of, you know, some people pay to the St Helens Community Lottery as well. A lot of that comes to us, and easy fundraising. So people spending online, a bit like Airtime Rewards. So you spend in certain retailers and we get a percentage. So it's like drip fed into us. They're the little things that people do for us that's just taken for granted, really. But without all those little things going on in the background, we couldn't run. No. We really couldn't run. 'Cause people always say, oh, surely you're getting enough in for you. We're not, because our membership is very low. So we have a really good staff to membership ratio. We keep it that way and we try to do as much as we can. And a lot of the stuff we do, I'm sure you've seen, like the food, giving food out, giving toy. We've got a fabulous toy appeal going. We've actually boxed off 2 or 3 families now. Yeah. So we've got like quite a lot going on, and it's dead exciting. And I'm really sad, aren't I? But it is so exciting because I think it's just seeing that impact. And you know, you can get up one morning and think, oh, I can't do this today. I'm just not in the mood. And then someone will come and collect something. You know, it could be a food hamper, it could be some clothes that you put to one side for them, or just anything. And they come and how grateful they are, or they'll say something to you and it just lifts your spirit because you think, how can I complain? You know,
I know.
They tell you what's going on for them at the minute and why they need this extra support, and it just puts it into perspective. And
you have a massive impact on the community, don't you? Like you do.
I feel like we do now.
We definitely do.
Definitely now it's like trickling out, and we're doing more and more. And I think the members are getting more involved in that as well, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's separated, and because we're concentrating on them, so that gets put to one side. But there's a lot of it where, you know, the members actually do. They'll come out and serve people, or they'll
it's lovely.
Deliver the toys for Christmas and things.
You know, I think you've come on so far, and you have done amazing. The support you've give out to the community is out of this world, and you just, like I said, you should be really, really proud of yourselves.
It's year 3 now. We'll be going into year 4. March.
4 years.
No.
Did you think you'd get to 4 years?
No, definitely not.
No.
After 6 weeks, 6 months, it was like, no, right, we're done. There was even a point, I think it was like 6 months in, and I sent messages out to everyone like, thank you so much for all your support, but unfortunately we've had to. And then I can't even remember what happened. We must have got a couple more members, and it picked us up again, and we were fine, and we've never looked back. I've never got to that stage again, and I can't see us ever doing.
No,
Don't.
you can't, because I'm going to need you when Mason turns 16, so you're going to need to stay where you are. You can't be going anywhere.
So many people say that to us.
No, you can't be going anywhere, because there is actually only you in St Helens who offer that, isn't there? There's not...
I think... I mean, obviously there's bigger provisions.
Yeah, there is the bigger ones.
But the home from home, that social...
I think that's important for SEN parents specifically, because, you know, for me, it's, you know, parents, how do you put your child's future and education into a complete stranger's hands, and how do you hand your child or young person over to a complete stranger? And when you have them large provisions and them large settings, it's like, is my child going to get lost in there?
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it? It is.
Whereas yours, it's just, it's so nice.
One of our previous podcasts, probably one of the first ones I did, and I was saying, like, so my 2 granddaughters are 2 and 3, and you know, how precious are they? They're just so precious. But to me, when we were looking for somewhere for them to go, it's like, oh, the babies, where we can't leave them, because it's usually a family member, isn't it? You want to just leave with a family member. So the nursery we picked, you know, it's not got no like bells and whistles. It's not like expensive. It's, you know, it is a local one, but because we know the staff there and we know that it's you know,
and you know, I think it's important that, because SEN, it's not spoke about as much, and people, especially with you know, with what's going on with the government and the papers and the HCPs, there's a lot of miscommunication out there, and it puts a lot of people wary to approach families or speak about, you know, certain subjects. So for you to welcome that in, that it's really nice, and I wish other services did that and invited other communities within that. And
So Shannon, have you got any plans for Christmas?
Nothing much really. We will stay at home, because for a lot of SEN families, Christmas it's not all bells and whistles. It can become quite overwhelming.
Yeah,
it can be too much. So it always ends in tears by 9 o'clock at my house. I can guarantee that's a lot for a lot of Sen parents.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
a lot. But that's for me. And then in 2026, the plan is to concentrate on outreach for schools, because I feel like if we can get into schools and we can provide that support and help school settings, it will eventually feed through and support overall. But what have you got going on over Christmas?
Christmas, we've got our Christmas appeal.
Yep.
So we've got tons of toys yet to give out. Quite a few families will be made up with all the stuff that we've collected. We've had some really nice responses, honestly, unbelievable. And then we're going to actually close the hub for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So we've never done this before. Every year we've been running, we've sort of like done the odd day in between and stuff. But this year, because the special days fall on, so our operational days are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the minute, and the festive period on New Year and Christmas falls on them days. So we're going to close for 2 weeks. I've never done that before.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I am a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm a bit like, what am I going to do with myself?
Yeah.
But I'm saying we'll close the hub. The hub will still be open because we'll still have Aldi collections, Lidl collections.
Yeah, of course you will.
All of the other things going on, and it gets quite intense. So like last Christmas Eve, the food that we collected was just like unreal. It was unreal. We ended up going to 4 different Aldis and collecting everything that was left over from the day, and we had to go to the YMCA and we just had to go and like just say, can you please take all of this off us? So I'm hoping this year, because we know who needs support and whatever else now, we've got regulars that'll come along. I'm hoping this year will be a lot more organised. So watch this space, everyone. There's going to be
a lot,
plenty of food hanging around and being distributed. So yeah, that should be good.
Are you looking forward to 2 weeks off?
Yeah, I am a bit. Yeah.
Oh.
2 weeks for the grandbabies and.
We close on the 17th, but we're not exactly closed. So I have deadlines on Christmas Day. I have deadlines on Christmas Eve. I have deadlines on New Year's Day. But thankfully, me and Catherine will pre-schedule them, so we'll do them before and we'll submit ready. But yeah, no, we're not off. Well, we'll see.
That's dedication, that.
Yeah, I love my job too much.
So, have you got any particular special message you want to give out to people at Christmas time, or
my response to everyone at Christmas is that your Christmas isn't going to be the same as everyone else's. And you're going to look at social media, you're going to look at friends and families and everyone else and probably question why is my Christmas not like that? And it's fine. It's fine that your Christmas isn't the same as everyone else's. And long as that you're with your family and you're with those that matter, it's okay. Don't get too dived into social media. Social media isn't real.
It's not real at all, is it?
It's not. It's not, and it carries a lot of weight for a lot of parents that, why have I not done that?
Yeah,
why
I
can't
think it's
I do
that
that?
everyone else is having this great time and their kids are appreciative and, we're all, and it's not like that, is it?
It's not. For example, last Christmas by, I think, 9:30, my son said to me, so where's the rest? And I was like, are you all right, kid? Like, are you actually for real? Like, not happening? But yeah, it is. And that's just because he doesn't understand. So I just have to laugh it off. Really, I'm crying inside. Like, are you all right? But yeah.
But at least you're prepared for it.
I'm prepared. I know that it's coming. I know. Hopefully I'll at least get to 10 o'clock this time, but we never know.
So all you families at home, there is no normal Christmas.
There's not. Definitely there is no normal Christmas. Normal Christmases do not exist. No. And that's okay. And it really, really is okay. No matter what anyone says, no matter how you feel inside, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've pulled to time.
Yeah.
Has it gone really quick?
It has. And I'd like to thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
I'm made have actually met you at long last.
I'm glad I met you too. And I feel like from what we've discussed before the podcast and, I think if we can concentrate on that next year together, I think we would really, really have some good things coming next year between us.
Fabulous. Okay. So everyone, unfortunately, it's that time again. No, we're not just drawing to the end of this episode. It's the end of season 1. I think it's been fabulous. I was very nervous starting this journey, but I think it's gone really well. I've had some fantastic guests on. We've had some laughs. We've had some tears. We've had everything. The main thing you can do for us when you're watching is hit that subscribe button. It comes up at the bottom of the screen. It's going to come up now. do it now if you can. It takes 30 seconds. Go across and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's the best way of us monitoring how many people we've got following this piece of work that we're doing. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, everyone who's been watching, all of our supporters, members, families, staff, volunteers, everyone who has had any input this year, well, the last 3 years, but mainly this year, and also Certas Energy. This would not be possible without you guys at Certas Energy. Nathan and the team, thank you so much. All the best, everyone. I will see you in the new year for season 2. Bye.